of Simply Craft, and we are at the trade show for the crafting world, and it's called Stitches or CHSI, and I've got my magic ticket and we'll be popping in there soon, and I'll be able to show you all of the gorgeous new stuff that's coming out for this year. So firstly we have PaperArtsy's Lynn Brown, and I just thought I'd show you some of the lovely gorgeous samples that have been made using her new stamps. So you can see here we've got the leaves and the grass prints. She told me she got everything from some jelly prints that she'd done. So here's a little view of the scene, and then we've got Tracy Scott. She's known for bright colours and very bold designs, but I think you can see there's some other designs of very muted shades. So then we've got Kim Dello, and we've had some of her stamps and some of the stencils in quite recently, and you can see the gorgeous colours there. And again, of course, Jo Firth Young, Joffy, some of the new designs that she's got, gorgeous flowers as usual, and some gorgeous stencils. So, here's some of the PaperArtsy fresco finish paints, and you can see the colour families and the way they've put them in all together into little flowers. Really gorgeous, lovely design. Oh, I'm there with Seth Apter there, watching a demo. And here comes the Lynn Perella from PaperArtsy, and these are the new designs. She hasn't had some new designs for a while now, but they are so gorgeous. And this is a new designer for PaperArtsy. This is Scrap Cozy, and she uses vintage images and advertising to make some really gorgeous stamps. There's some stamps that go with it. We've got a few of those coming in very soon, but she's also got stencils to go with them. But just look at that detail, and the stencils are just gorgeous, just shouting out to have some grunge paste in them. She also uses a lot of the infusions. Again, another person who's using a lot of the infusions is Kasia from Everything Art, and you can see the detail. I love this piece of work. I don't know who made this one, but it's absolutely gorgeous. Lots of crackle on it, but you can see the use of the infusions. Their stamps and their style is very grungy, very much based on art journaling, but gorgeous creative work, and something you can just have a little play with. So next on to my favourite, and this is the Seth Apter, and these have also been made by some of the other designers, and we've got some of the chipboard there that is now from PaperArtsy, but also you can see these are the dies that are designed by Seth Apter for spellbinders, and you can see how they all perfectly work together. He's deliberately made that concept so that all of his designs from all of the different companies can all work together. But gorgeous pieces of work there. And next up we have Emma Godfrey, and she makes some gorgeous stamps, very plain and simple, but really useful, really easy to use. And next up, this is Elena Zinski Art, and she's an illustrator, and she has made some really gorgeous stamps for PaperArtsy. They're very much along the lines of cute little monsters and weird flowers, like a little fantasy world, and she's done some lovely word stamps as well to go with them, but really imaginative, really great to use and bring a smile to anyone's face. So we've got a little more of a little trip down the alleyways of the place, and now we are on to Tando Creative. As you know, I love Tando Creative's chipboard, so here's a couple of things that have been made by Di Oliver, who runs Tando, and some of the things that now we're going to see will be available for us very soon, and especially if you like coming to my mixed media workshops, if you see anything you want to do in particular, just give me a message, and we'll make sure we can get them done. But look at those little boxes are new out, and some of those thinner chipboard, they're all brand new, ready for customers almost straight away. And I have got to do a project with these cute little whimsy houses, because I think that you can make something really great with those. There's a couple of designs there, so these are all new. One of the other things is an ultra thin chipboard, and these will be great because they don't give so much bulk to a design, so they would be great for adding to something like a journal page. Obviously chipboard can be too heavy for it, so these would be great. So these are all brand new out for them, and hopefully we will have them in stock very, very soon. Hi, I thought you might like to see the projects that I made at the Stitches show, and this is the first one that was made with Tracy Scott, and these are some of her designs of stamps. So we've got 2 sets of flowers. Hopefully the light isn't shining too brightly into them, but you can see. Shall I take them out of the packet? That'd be easier. I haven't even cleaned them yet. That's terrible, isn't it? 2 sets of flowers, and this is nice because it's got the stalk to go with it, so they'd really work well together. And nice multiple layers, so you could build up layers with these just by cutting the little bits out and layering them up. So let's go on to the project. So the first thing that we did, it's a piece of hardboard, and the background was painted in a mottled turquoise and white in the fresco finish. And also there's a little bar here, can you see that? That goes across the bottom, and those were both painted in the same colours. And then spattered on some of the gold just with, you know, with a wet brush. Then the whole of the flowers were created on a masterboard, and that simply is a sheet of A4 just roughly painted in a mix of colours. We've got like a red to orange to yellow, and then that's all painted, you know, blending together. And then if you stamp onto the surface with that in either your VersaFine or your archival ink, then you can simply cut them out and the colouring's all done. And it also gives you all that definition with the lines, and you don't have to do any faffing about, which is a way I like to use a lot as well. It's so much quicker. So then all the flowers were cut out. You can see there's a bit of spattering of white on them as well. And then the bits that I finished off at home, I've done some gold pen, so you can see it catches the light, and some white gel pen. There's a bit of stamping underneath as well on the board, so it has a kind of reason, you know, you can see it going up. And then these little wires are wrapped around that board, and they're just taped on at the back, but they give the piece of work a little bit more life. Oh, get them springing all over the place now. So it's a nice piece of work, and really interesting, and actually very quick to achieve as well. Obviously the black edge, I love doing that myself as well, just to frame it all. So that's the one piece. You know, it's a couple of hours work. It's not too taxing as well, but it looks quite complicated. The second one is, it is a little bit more complicated, and this is the Seth Apter class, and it's a deep frame, and we got to decorate all of the frame, but the inside bits I've actually put on myself. So I'm just going to open the catches and open it up so you can see. Let me get my fingers in. It's got a little slide casement thing. Nope, can't quite get it. That's it. There we go, take the lid off because it's getting a bit dusty. Doesn't take much. Yeah, so I really enjoyed using these. These colours are all the Seth Apter colours, which I know you've seen me do before. You can see all the reds, that pattern of green, some of the ochre colours, so you know the colours. But just to show you the stamps used, let's get them out again so it makes them easier to see. We've got the texture stamps there. So we've got the texture stamps there because they've got a nice pattern. It's not about them showing up, it's about them adding detail to, I think you can just about see it on there, but it's about adding detail to the background, adding more interest. And then of course let me see. So the top piece there is the chippies. So that's the star's been taken out, and it's got an outer and an inner. As you can see there, you can see there's two parts to the design. And these stamps are designed to fit inside the chips. So that one there fits onto that one. I think that's given it a really lovely look. You know, it's really aged and worn. One thing I would say is I've added my own little touch, which are the Tando nuts and bolts, and this is how they come. So you've just got the hexagons and the circles, and that's all I've done. I've just put two of them together, and using the Seth Apter paints, I've created a rust look. So that's the lid, and then inside is my own kind of thing that I've put together. Again, it's the Tando chipboard, and we've got the compass and the heart, and I've done a rusty look on the heart there, and then a copper and patina look on the compass, and again a rusty bolt to clamp it all together. The background, I just muted it with some of the light colour buff, just watered down, and because it was all looking samey, if you take the background down and pale it right down, it makes the pieces that you're putting in stand out more. So it's just sort of muted it, like you would do a focus in a photo. You concentrate on the foreground and then the background goes into a muted fuzz, so it makes the foreground stand out more. So that is my piece of work. I'm really pleased with it. Came out really lovely. I didn't get to finish it in the 2 hours. There was quite a bit of extra to do. I prefer not to finish because then it allows me to add my own little spin on it when I get home. Quite often when I'm working, I won't actually finish a piece of work. I'll get it sort of done and then I'll put it to one side, because there's always something at the end you'll think, oh, I wish I'd have just coloured that a different colour, or I wish I'd have just moved that somewhere else. So it's always worth sort of standing back occasionally and coming back to it with fresh eyes and then rethinking it. But anyway, so that's me finished with that one. So I really enjoyed my couple of classes. It was really interesting. We had some lovely products to work with, and I hope you enjoyed watching and hearing all about how I created the projects. Thank you.